everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Studio Pilates. I hope you're having a really great day. Today I'm going to take you through a 10 to 15 minute workout that's going to really look at building core strength and how we interlace our core, pelvic floor and breathing together. You're not going to need any equipment for this. This is a purely mat-based workout. Let's get going. So we're going to do a little hover. Now if your wrists don't particularly like being leant on, you try having nice wide fingers. That can really help. You can also create a fist instead, that will help, or roll up your mat or a soft towel so you can just change the angle on your wrist. The other thing you can do is just pop something soft under those wrists, which is what I'm going to do today. So we're coming into our box position. Wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, hip distance apart. You're going to tilt that pelvis so your tailbone is pointing off behind you, core switched on. So remember, make sure everything isn't sagging towards the floor. Really hold that belly button to spine, rib to hip. Eye line stays down in front of you. We're going to tuck our toes under and we're going to do little hovers. So tucking those toes under, they're all in. My body's always too long for my mat on this one, so I'm going to just try and stick them to the mat. Eye line stays down. We're going to inhale, so prepare. Exhale, hover those knees. So they're just hovering about a centimetre off the ground. Don't bring them all the way off the ground and out of the way. I want you to think about keeping your body in that neutral box position. We're going to hold it here for 20 more seconds. And then gently releasing off. I have to take a little step back so that my feet are on the carpet and not half mat, half carpet. Makes it feel very slippy. So if you're having the same trouble, maybe move your feet to the carpet from the mat if you're finding you're slipping backwards. Core switched on, taking an inhale. Exhale, lift those knees. Now just breathe normally, breathe through the amount of time we're going to hold for another 20 seconds. And gently releasing those knees off. Here we go again. Check that your knees are still in the right place. Wrists are still under your shoulders. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhale. Lift those knees, hold. And then gently lowering back down. We have 3 more to go. You're doing really well. So check your positioning. If you need to, just come off those wrists for a minute. We are going to have a break after these next 3. So taking an inhale. Exhale. Breathing normally. Hold. And then lower back down. Final 2, doing really well. If you need to, you can just reduce it down, leave these 2 out, or just leave one of these out. So inhaling at the bottom, exhale, lift and hold. And gently lower. Final time, here we go. Lift those knees. Keep your eye line down at the floor. And then gently lowering those knees back down. Come off your wrists. I'm going to do my favourite little jellyfish stretch. So bringing your fingertips together. And then you're just going to push your fingers out and bring them back in. So a bit like you're making a jellyfish-like shape. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tap back. Now if this isn't quite right for you today, either just stick with the hover and hold it for your own count of somewhere between 15 and 30 seconds, or you could just keep your feet flat on the floor, and instead of tapping back, you could just straighten out a leg, so a little bit like swimming. I'll show you both options so you can pick what's right for you. No, that's just not comfortable for me. I'm going back to this way. So your two options, if you want to stay at a slightly less challenging level, are to tuck and hold your little hover. Your second option is you could keep your feet flat on the floor, and instead of bringing your knees off the floor and then tapping back, you can just slide a leg out. So a bit like swimming. Careful you don't hip hitch that hip. So keep your hips in neutral, core switched on, leg comes back to the floor. And you're going to do 4 raises on each leg. Or you can join me in the tapping back. So you're going to tuck those toes under. Bring myself onto the mat. Tuck those toes under, hover those knees, core engaged. Then we're going to tap back for 3, 2, 1. Then the other side, tap back for 3, 2, 1, and then gently lower back down. Okay, we're going to do 3 more of those. So inhaling at the bottom, exhale, lift, hold, and tap back. 3, 2, 1. Other side. 3. Keep that core switched on. Belly button to spine, ribs to hips. Gently lower down. Check in with your positions. I think my wrists were a little bit too far forward then, so I brought them back. Holding at the bottom, inhale. We're going to do 2 more, but if 2 is too many, remember, just reduce it down, do what you feel comfy with today. So we're going up and then tap back for 3, 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1, and then gently bring those knees back down. Final time, doing really well. Lift and then tap back for 3, 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1, and then gently lower those knees back down, fingers together, jellyfish stretch again, and then we're going to go back onto our back. Okay, so coming back onto your back. So we're gently lowering down onto the mat again, thinking about your setup. So rib to hip connection, little gap behind your lower spine, pelvis is in neutral, eyes to the sky, arms gently resting on the floor. Going to take another inhale, remember belly breathing into that belly, and then exhale, pelvic floor and core on, bring that leg up. This time we're going to straighten that leg to the ceiling. Now careful, that doesn't mean you've pushed your back into the mat. Back stays in neutral, pelvis in neutral. So if you need to, just don't bend, don't straighten the leg completely. If that means that you want to then push your back into the mat and move your pelvis, just have the leg a little bit bent. From here, we're just going to lower that leg to the floor and then lift it back up. So I want you to think about slowly lowering it down, really controlling that movement. And then when it gets to the floor, almost just springing back to the top. So a little bit like you've put your heel on a really hot pavement and you've gone, oh, and brought it back up again. So we're nice and gently down, really control it, use your core, don't let that back arch, tap and back up. Keeping that pelvis as still as you can. So your core is working hard here to keep everything nice and still. Pelvic floor is on your exhale. So exhale as you move away, inhale, bring that leg back to you. After saying that, I've changed my breathing round the other way. 3 more on this leg. 2. And final 1. And then gently bringing that leg down to the mat. Make sure your feet are still hip distance apart and you haven't brought it in closer to the other leg. Core switched on again to tabletop, and then extend. Check you haven't pushed your back into the mat. So we're going to inhale to prepare, then exhale. Gently take that leg down. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, take it away. Inhale, bring it back up. So this is also going to help you have a longer exhale because we're going slower down, quicker up. Okay, if you're finding it hard to put everything together, then just breathe when it feels comfortable for you and try and remember to engage that pelvic floor as you breathe out. Going to do 3 more on this side. Final time. And then again, bringing that leg down, taking both legs out long, giving yourself a full body
Thanks
stretch.
for joining my core and pelvic floor workout today. I hope you found it really beneficial. Check out my other playlist for videos you can do from wherever you are, whenever you like. And if you're enjoying my channel, please hit subscribe and the alert button so you get a notification every time I release a new class. Bye for now.